Hey there, everyone. Hello. All right. So, good evening to everyone who joined. Let's first of all have everyone here say hi. Who's in the chat right now? And are you able to type? Are you on a device which has a keyboard? Yeah. Awesome. All right. My name is Itamar, for anyone who doesn't know me, and I'm going to be playing Menagerie of the Void tonight because this game is just on Kickstarter now. It's just been written and now is being published, and soon is going to be out. And you can go and become a supporter on Kickstarter right now. Send a Shalom China Boy 5. You can send a pledge right now. It's really not very expensive, and you could get your own copy of the game. Iran, who's my friend who wrote the game and is publishing it, was kind enough to give me a playtest version, which is supposed to be a completed playtested thing. And I'm going to be playing that game with you this evening. So this is the first of a planned series of streams on Saturday nights in which I'm going to be playing games with you. The meaning of this is that I'm going to be playing games that you could supposedly play alone, or maybe you need a group of people. They're all going to be some kind of either story games or role-playing games, or something that you has something to do with role-playing games, because this is what we do at FigmentRP. And I'm gonna play them along with you. I'm gonna either run the game or be a player just like you, and you're gonna be able to join and play with me. Oh, hello there, Resident Bard and Nose Flautist. Nice to see you all. Wow, that's really cool. We have quite a few people. So because we have a few people in chat, we're supposed to be able to start very soon. And what I'll do is I'll explain how the game works, like some of the framework, some of the setup for the game and how the game starts. I'll show you. There's going to be like a game board. I'll show you where we start and where we're going to be playing while the game is going on. I'm not going to tell you all the rules because it's a whole game with a whole thing. A lot of the rules are just some tables you need to draw on. Some random events are going to happen, and for that I'm going to be drawing a card from a card deck, and then when that happens, I'll just tell you what the result is on the table. I'm not going to have like a full copy on screen of the game, but a lot of the rules are going to be like us making choices. Some of them are going to be us deciding things, just writing details. It's going to be open-ended questions. Other times in the game we're gonna need to make a move like on a game board, like a game that you play on a board, and you need to like move tiles around on the board. And when that happens, all of these choices we need to make, we're gonna make them together. So I'm gonna present the question, I'm gonna see the answers on chat. If there's like a clear winner, then we'll just choose that option, and if not, we'll make a little survey and we'll make sure that there's one answer that all of us actually want to make. If there's no need, I might not even get into the choices, and like I don't make choices with you. I'm just gonna let you make the choices in the game, and I'm gonna implement them on the board and like go along and explain the rules and tell you what's supposed to happen next. So that's how this evening is gonna go. Hopefully, we'll get through a complete run through of the game. Yeah, exactly. Question is, who is the best dog? Is it from a closed list of dogs, or like a multiple choice, or is it just which dog in the whole world is the best dog? The answer to which I think we all know, it's all dogs. All dogs are the best dog. Yeah, that's the kind of question I might ask, exactly. Cross-reference to other FigmentRP games right there. Thank you, Nose Flautist. All right, so let's begin, and I'm going to show you what the game looks like when you're supposed to start. So just to make sure that this game, you're supposed to play it with a deck of playing cards and also with a board with index cards on it that you write some details on, and then you place it on the board in a certain order. Because instead of index cards, what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to show you like a graphic version that I've prepared that kind of looks like a bunch of index cards. It's going to be gray boxes on the screen. So I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. Hopefully I've set everything up properly. I'm going to click the button right now. Let's see if that works. It does. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Nice. So there I am here in the bottom right corner, and you can see your own chat. So even if you're watching later on YouTube, because this video is going to be up on YouTube later, you can see the chat and what everyone is typing on chat. Yeah, when there's a question or something and we need to determine together, you're going to be able to see that now. Okay, so this is the board. This is the board that you're going to be dealing with. All the rest is pretty much just like the game rules. This is just what you're going to have on the table with you. This is a bunch of 16 index cards that are arrayed in a 4-on-4 grid, and when you begin, you're supposed to create cards with some borders on them. So this is, yes, a lot of this game, I think all of this game, Aviv, is really just like a metaphor for real life. There's more details than just the 3 steps here that pertain to real life, I think, to all of our lives. So these cards, you're not just creating blank cards. You start by placing borders on them. During this game, we're supposed to create a zoo from these cards, and these are going to be the cells that hold the aliens that are going to be the exhibits in the zoo. And when you start the game, you're supposed to draw some random borders on the cards, and then you're supposed to turn them over face down and just see the blank side up, which is what you're seeing here. And then you're supposed to shuffle them around, okay? So eventually what you have is a bunch of cards, and you don't see the borders on them. They're on the bottom side. And there's one card with a mark, which is these red circles here. These red circles are your measure of control and deviancy. Control is what you want to be as high as possible. This is the empty circles, and deviancy is the filled-in circles, the red circles. And then when the more control you have, the closer we are to victory. The more deviancy we have, the closer we are to defeat. This also has another significance. This cell, it's called the... What is it called? What's the name of this cell? Spaceport. Oh, it's called the spaceport. Yeah. So this one is the spaceport, and then this spaceport is going to be important later when you start placing the exhibits in the zoo. So I'll explain about that later. So what about this zoo? You might be asking. What is this game even about? You are an unwilling manager of an alien zoo. This zoo is going to be populated by alien exhibits, which are alien life forms. We don't know anything about them yet. They're going to be slowly put into this zoo. They're going to be slowly given to us, and we need to place them. We need to create habitats for these aliens, and we have... Noseflout is saying something very true. Again, this is... This game, okay, I'll say it later. Never mind, not for now. So so we're supposed to manage this zoo, and the reason we're unwilling managers of this zoo, zookeepers, is because we've been kidnapped. We're a person who was sent out into space on a spaceship. The spaceship got lost. We got kidnapped by aliens. We're now on an alien planet managing a zoo gonna be full with alien life forms, and we don't even want to be there. So that's really the story of the game that we're going to play. So now we need to figure out how to do that. There's happened to everyone, right, China boy? Happens to everyone once in your lifetime. So that's basically, that's the story, that's the background, that's the setup for the game. And now what we need to do is just start going through turns, and the turn order has 3 steps. Cycle begins. Usually when a cycle begins, not always, but usually there's going to be a new exhibit being brought into the zoo, I think, or maybe it's even every turn. There's some corner cases in this game. It's the first time I'm playing it. I can't promise anything. I'm just going to follow the rules and see what happens. But I think mostly or always when a cycle begins, a new exhibit is brought in, and we need to create a new habitat for a new exhibit. Step 2 is problems pile up. This is when we draw a card from the deck of playing cards, and according to what we draw, we realize what's going to happen. That's going to be a step where just like a random thing happens. Sometimes it has some mechanical significance. It means that we lose some control or we gain some control. Sometimes there's only benefits in it. and we need to like handle it, and then we do our part. When we do our part, that is a step where we have every other turn. Oh, every other turn an exhibit comes in, not every turn. This is the designer of the game, so I'm quite privileged to have like an answer from the person who actually wrote the thing. So yeah, we'll just read the rules as we go along, and we'll see exactly what happens. And then we do our part. When we do our part, we have two options of two different moves we can choose. This is when we make choices which are like from the yeah, he is. The Nesk is the designer. Yeah, you can ask him questions. We'll probably ask some questions during the game about what stuff means. No pressure. And then so when we do our part, it's like when we clean up the mess. Sometimes we like to try to improve stuff. We can exert a lot of control over the zoo when we do our part. There's lots of options there. We can only choose some options out of the whole list of things that we can do, and that's something that we'll have to choose carefully together in order to keep our head above the water, as it were. So basically, that's it. So we need to now already we can start the game. Now I just realized this one little thing I didn't do. Let me actually go on a break for 1 minute. It's going to be literally 1 minute break, and I'll be right back because there's one technical thing I have to be off screen in order to do. Apologies, and yeah, I'll be right back. If there's anyone who hadn't said hi yet in chat, please say hi to everyone. Get introduced to each other, and I will be. It's not, yeah, unfortunately not music. It's not gonna be music, just silence and loneliness. But it's gonna be for 1 minute. Let me be right back. I'm back. All right. People are actually sharing music for the interlude. That's very nice. That's really very generous of you. That's very gracious. Very nice. All right. So now we're ready to begin. We have the index cards here. We have the playing cards. I have them right here on the desk next to me. And now I'm ready to start with the first round of the game. So basically all the rounds just have these 3 steps. There's lots of other rules and stuff that I've written down. Below that you'll be able to see after. I want you to see what kind of cards are underneath these index cards before we begin, right? So when we start, first thing you need to know is that these cards have borders beneath them. Sometimes we'll have to draw new borders to create habitats in this zoo. Right now, the gray borders between the cards are no borders at all. It's just all of these are connected and there's no borders at all. We'll have to just draw in manually new borders. Sometimes we'll have to make do with existing borders when some of these cards are turned over. The game rules are going to tell us to turn over some of these cards. And the way we do that is by just turning over one of the cards. I already pre-shuffled these cards before, so I already know or rather I have like somewhere I have saved which card is underneath which of these index cards. So now I'm going to show you an example of one of the cards that we can come up with when we turn over an index card. A card can for example, like one of the options is this. This kind of card has borders on the bottom and the right-hand side. So some of them have 2 borders already. Some of them have only 1 border on one of the sides. So all kinds of borders are possible when you turn over a card. You don't know if it's going to be comfortable or not. Probably it's not going to be comfortable. And already I can tell you that it's going to be pretty difficult. Even just from reading the rules, you know it's going to be pretty difficult to build habitats with these random borders thrown in sometimes. Okay. All right, another correction. And people are commenting, yeah. It's actually good to have the designer here because he's reminding me now that we need to actually, as part of the setup that most of it I performed in advance, I need to create a first exhibit, which is something that happens also during the game as part of the turn order. But now we need to create a first exhibit. So let's create an exhibit. To create an exhibit, what we need to do is basically two things. We create an exhibit and then we place it in the zoo and create a habitat. So to create an exhibit first, we need to draw two cards. And then we need to decide what the alien life form is. What kind of thing? Even call it in a life form is generous because it might not even be something that looks like a life form. But we need to draw two cards from the deck. When we draw two cards, these are going to tell us some details, some starting details about the exhibit. And if you want to know what the details are, so first of all, oh hey Hila. Hila is here as well. Nice to see ya. I'm shuffling the deck a little bit and then I'm drawing two cards. So this is the first exhibit for tonight. These are the cards. So 2 of diamonds and ace of diamonds. Ace is 1 on the table and 2 is 2 and 2 diamonds, which is also important. So we'll start with the 2 was first. The 2 was on top and then the ace of diamonds is number 2. We will now go down to the tables that we draw from. Yeah, that's true. I didn't shuffle these very well at all. And now you can see what we actually determine with these cards. The 2 numbers determine 2 features. So we have a 1 and a 2. Okay, these are 2 features we've just drawn. The 1 and the 2 are number 1 and 2 in the features table in blue on the left over there. So the first one is a question. How does it remind you of an Earth creature? And the second one is, what unusual alien ability does it have? Okay, so it reminds us of an Earth creature from Earth long ago when we just started our journey. And it has an unusual alien ability. You can already start answering if you want, give examples and stuff, and we'll choose from the options that you give. Now, the first card, the suite, which is the suit, which is do we say suite or suit? I don't know. Which is diamonds. Diamonds means this is what we choose from the handling procedures, the brown top, and that is diamonds. So it's especially hardy, quick to regenerate, or the like. And the last list is the second card we draw. The sweetie's diamonds now, and it's the aberrancy. And diamond says it's unsettling in some way. There's some way in which it's really creepy or weird or, well, just unsettling, right? So start already making some choosing some options there. That's going to be some of what we need to choose. So this is kind of like the multiple choice part. We need to choose. It's not the multiple choice part. It's some of the open-ended question part of the game. We need to just answer these questions. So, what is it? How does it remind us of an Earth creature? What unusual alien ability does it have? How is it especially hardy, quick to regenerate, or the like, right? And how is it unsettling? It's 4 details we know. Right, so Hila is asking, what is the definition of a creature? Anything alive or just an animal? It's really anything alive. In fact, you can see in aberrancy down below the last item, just the spades option, you can see that it's life but not as we know it. So some of these can be very, very alien. Think like hard sci-fi with weird alien creatures. Yeah. Well, again, the designer, the word of God. Not necessarily even alive. So yeah, give some answers. So puppy eyes exudes slime. It has deer antlers, and it changes the temperature around it at will. Nice. That's pretty cool. Those are 2 suggestions for ways in which it reminds us of an Earth creature and unusual alien abilities. Snail rebuilds its shell from rocks. Nice. That's a nice one as well. Anyone has any other idea about why it is, how it regenerates? Why is it hardy? Smells like refreshing mint. Nice. Cool. All right, all right. I think we have a good. I think we have a good creature, a good kind of idea about what this creature is like, because some of these ideas already gel together quite well. Gel. Did you get what I did there? So it's a snail. It's a snail. Okay, and the snail has puppy eyes, which reminds us of cute earth puppies. That's what it reminds us of. So it has puppy eyes, and then the snail exudes slime, huge amounts of slime. It's on an alien planet, Nose Flautist. The zoo is on an alien planet. Yeah. You're on an unknown planet. Some of the, actually, you might actually learn about the planet later on with some of these options, but you were kidnapped from a spaceship, like on a distant, close to like a distant star, and then you were brought to this planet. You're on the surface of a planet, you know nothing about it. Yeah. Okay. So it's a snail, it exudes slime, and it regenerates from picking up rocks and rebuilding its shell. And it has big puppy eyes. Okay, that's basically the creature that we've just built. Now, in order to actually make it happen, I need to take this, to make this creature into a reality. This is my main task for today. I'm gonna draw the creature. I'm gonna draw it so that you can see the creature, and it's gonna be on one of the cards. All right, so let's do the drawing. This is the reserve. The reserve, better if you just don't think about it for now. The reserve is something that's gonna come into play later. Right now, I'm just gonna draw. So let's start with the shell. The shell, it's gonna be, it's gonna look like this. Yeah, this is gonna be the shell. Yeah. Oh, look at that. This is a good snail. This is already a good start. And then the snail itself is gonna be blue because it's weird. I want it to be weird. Oh no, the shell. I changed the shell. Okay, so the snail's gonna be red then. The snail's gonna be red. I meant for it to be blue. The snail's gonna be red, and it's gonna be like this. Oh, it's black. Okay, I'm gonna change it to red. This is a snail. It's coming out of the shell. now, oh, look at that. So let's change it to red. Can we? No. Let's look at this. Change it to red. Ah, good. It's red now. Okay, so now we'll draw a new, more stuff. So this is two puppy eyes. Oh no. Needs to be more circular. Great. And the puppy, for it to be puppy eyes, it needs to be like, there need to be like big pupils. Kind of looks like a little bit like Gary from SpongeBob, I think. All right, that's the snail. All right, now let's draw some of the slime. The slime is going to be a weird green color. It's like in a pool of slime. Yeah. Nice. Again, it's turning the color back to black all the time. I want it to be a weird, sickly green. Good. Very good. Okay, that's the snail. That's the alien. Now, make sure we got it all. No. Why aren't we catching the whole snail? It's not good. Good. That's the snail. That's our snail. All right. So that's it. Oh, crying. You want it to be crying slime? We can make it something that cries slime. Yeah, sure. Let's make it green again. It's crying slime. Here's the teardrops. Teardrops. Oh, I'm a good artist. Oh God, I'm such a good painter. Yeah, and the drops, they fall down. The tears of slime fall down and create a pool of slime. And that's the snail. The snail needs to fit in one of the cells. I'm gonna reduce it in size. Let's bring it back into here. Now, its name is Snail Patrick Harris. I think we just established that right now because Aviv said so, and now it's true. So yeah, a name. We're gonna have names for all of these animals. Snail Patrick Harris. Okay, so now we need to create an exhibit. We just created an animal. Notice that we did choose one thing with mechanical significance. Look at that. We determined that it's especially hardy right here in the handling procedures. So it's especially hardy, quick to regenerate, or the like, because we know it rebuilds its shell with rocks. So it can take 2 harm before it's destroyed. Harm is like hit points. Most exhibits are going to be able to take only 1 harm before they're destroyed. This can take 2 harm, and then only after that the 3rd harm destroys it. Okay, so that's going to be a special feature for this creature. And then later on we might need to see what happens, because it exudes slime all the time. It might fill the entire habitat with slime, and then it might spill over. We'll see. Yeah, for other creatures, the 2nd point of harm destroys the creature. Yeah, if they take harm. When do you take harm, you might ask? We can choose to harm creatures sometimes. We can heal them, and some random stuff determined by the cards can actually give creatures harm. It can harm creatures without our planning for it to do so, but it can just happen randomly. Okay, so now to create a habitat, these are the rules for creating a habitat in purple right here. We need to choose 3 touching blocks. Each exhibit needs 3 blocks for a habitat, and we start from the spaceport. So remember I told you the spaceport is important because its location here is important, is because we need to start the first habitat touching the spaceport. And at least one of these blocks need to touch the spaceport in existing habitat, blah, 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 blah. If any block is blank, turn it over. Now we replace any one of the blocks with the exhibit's index card and put the replaced block in a reserves pile to the side. The exhibit card is now the habitat's main block. So first of all, we need to decide which blocks we reserve for this snail, for Snail Patrick Harris. So you already see one suggestion: 3 straight down the right hand side. So these 3, you mean these 3, the top right 3 cells. Any other suggestions? Anyone else want to suggest something else? It is the first habitat for our zoo. Yeah, okay, cool. So if any of these are turned face down, we need to turn them over. So we already get to see some of the borders, the pre-drawn borders that I've shuffled underneath these cards before. Imagine these are physical index cards, and I'm just turning them over now. I'm just flipping them just like I've flipped them before. I'm looking in another window to see which ones. Yeah, okay. So let's take these aside. Let's take them aside for a second. And now put in the existing yeah. All right. Okay, this is one. This is going to be here. Already terrible. Already terrible. Terrible. This is the second one. Needs to go here. And the third is exactly like this, actually. So we can just take this, put it here. So these are the 3 cells we start with. Why can't I move this? Oh God, roll 20. Goddamn roll 20. Never mind. Let's take one from here. Another border. Yep. I can't move it again. What the hell is going on? That is very weird. Alright. That was very odd, but I got a hold of it. Alright. So these are the borders we're starting with. Yeah. People are already thinking about harm. Don't think about harm. Snail Patrick Harris is alive and healthy and well. So now we need to replace one of these cards with a blank card with Snail Patrick Harris in it. So we're going to move Snail Patrick Harris into a card, into this card, for example. You're not seeing it, but I promise you I moved it into an existing card. There it is. And now we need to choose one of these cards to replace. Honestly, this is so terrible. I'm not even sure which one we should replace it with, because there's 3 bad borders here. There's this one and this and this. These two are... The middle one will mean that it's a border both above and below it. I'm not sure it's the right choice, because it's going to be alone. It's going to be trapped between these 2 different borders. And it's going to have only 1 cell as its habitat. We need 3 cells, 3 consecutive cells for the habitat. The sadder, the better. It's going to be very sad. It's going to be extremely sad. Look, the habitat must now become an enclosure, blah, blah, blah. Draw new lines. If any existing borders force you to create an enclosure smaller than 3 blocks, the exhibit is awkwardly placed. Take 1 deviancy. We already take 1 deviancy already. We just started. I'm not going to kill it with salt. No. Why? And from the designer of the game, actually, by the way, I'm going to replace this one. What do you say about this one? The bottom one, because that means it'll have 2 cells. At least like 2, right? Is that a good choice? I think it is. I think it is. So now, we put Snail Patrick Harris in here. Blah, blah, blah. Plus the replace block and the reserves pile to the side. So now this goes out to the reserves pile. The reserves pile is now important. There's now some tiles here that we can use later. When we do our part, the 3rd phase of the turn order, we get to maybe replace some tiles with tiles from here, from the reserve pile, with cells from here. So it's actually kind of important. If we have this, we might be able to use this to fix some of our awkward habitats later on. Okay, so this is it. Now we draw borders. We draw borders, new ones, to create an enclosure. And I think we'll just create these 2 cells into an enclosure. And we take 1 deviancy already, which is pretty bad. Yeah. I tried to find a tool better than Roll20, but no other tools did exactly what I wanted. I.e. these cards and the borders between them. So we need to create these borders, and we need to take a horizontal one as well and draw a border here. This is Snail Patrick Harris, everybody. Yes. This is closer to reality than you think, Hila. We've been kidnapped. It's not consensual what's happening right here. It's not consensual. We've been kidnapped into the zoo. You could say that we're one of the exhibits for sure. This is definitely something you could say, and it's pretty close to being true. So yeah, this is creating a habitat. We take 1 deviancy because we couldn't get Snail Patrick Harris. Oh no, that's not deviancy. This is deviancy. So we're already out of control. We were at 1 control. We are now at 0 control. We just started out, and we have 0 control over the zoo. All right. So this is the first time it happens. I'd like to know what it looks like. I'd like to know, to have like a short description. Give me some examples of what it sounds like when the machines, the robots, the drones, the whatever it is working for us in this zoo, the machines that we're controlling here with our paltry control. What does it look like and what does it sound like when they're bringing in the snail and creating the habitat. Okay, a good suggestion from Nanesk. I think we can all vocalize what that is, right? Something like blah, 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 blah. Slime overload. Let's draw some slime. Let's draw some slime. There's gonna be some slime. You're gonna get some slime. You're gonna get some slime here. Yeah, there's some slime here, and there's some slime here. Some slime around here. There's lots of slime. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. Oh god, acidic sizzle. Yep. So that's what it sounds like. There's acidic sizzle. This is what Snail Patrick Harris sounds like. Blah, 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 is the sound. And the whirring machinery of the walls being put together and like machines, robotic arms moving around. Right. He's the only exhibit we have. That's the only habitat. Okay. That's it. The first turn begins. Right? Did I forget something about creating an exhibit? Oh, during the building of a habitat, you can shift one block, ordering the machines to do one of the following. Oh my god. I didn't even realize we had some more control. Change the orientation of any block by 180 degrees. Switch locations of any two non-black blocks, or switch any non-black block with a blank block, which you can then turn over. Oh my god! We can create a much better enclosure. Ah, Jesus. Wait. Let me move all these. This is trash. This is shit. No. We were in this kind of situation, right? We were here. We were like this, and we chose to put Snail Patrick Harris here. Oh, man. All right. The designer of the game has spoken. You can't take back the move. This is going to become bothersome later on. Having the designer here telling me what I can and cannot do is going to become bothersome as the game goes on. All right. We took one deviance, but we learned. We learned from it. And we now know what we can do. We can do extra things. We can switch shit and change, or like by 180 degrees. Think about what we could have done. We could have changed this, just flipped it around 180 degrees, and it would have become the perfect block, the perfect thing. I would say you can gain control from that. Well, again, the designer says so. The designer of the game says, we learned, we gained control. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Nanesk. We just gained control. All right. Good. We know more than we knew before. Now the first turn begins. Cycle begins. I did not copy all the rules about everything here and what happens in each of the phases. I'm just going to have to read it out for you. And I will tell you right now that at the beginning of each cycle, the retrieving process engages. A new exhibit will soon be plucked from somewhere and brought here. Draw an empty box on the spaceport. Okay, so right now we're drawing an empty box. If we already had an empty box, it means that they already had an exhibit ready for us. The machines that were already ready with an exhibit to bring in. Right now, we're just drawing an empty box on the spaceport. There's no new exhibit coming in right now. It's going to be one a little later. So there's an empty box here. There it is. All right, we're ready for a new... yeah, Snail Patrick Harris. This is so silly. All right. So, we're waiting for a new exhibit. It's gonna come in the beginning of the next turn. Blah 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 blah. That's another cycle begins. Yeah, nothing else happens. Yeah, a new exhibit is gonna show up next turn. Right now. Yeah. Problems pile up. Every time you wake up from the pod, you discover a new disaster to deal with. Later on, you will take action to deal with this new problem. So right now, it's the problem. Problems pile up. We're drawing a card. We look at both the suite and the number on the card. And both of these determine what is the problem that happens, which means that you need to work with cards ranging from 1 to 13, so ace to king, and all the 4 suites. You remove the jokers before you start playing. So there's 52 different items on the table, and the card is going to determine which one is going to happen. So, next card is 6 of Spades. 6 of Spades is our card, and let me read out what that means. 6 of Spades is push together. Pick two neighboring exhibits. The machinery combines their habitats into one for no known reason. Replace an appropriate block with a blank one and draw walls to connect both habitats. But there's only one habitat. No jokers, China boy. There's only one? Huh. Okay, so what happens now, designer? Dear designer, let me turn the tables. Let me turn it over to you, this question. What happens when I draw a card and it doesn't apply because we only have one exhibit? One habitat, one everything, one alien. I guess we disregard it? Maybe there's rules about that? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm tempted to redraw. I'm just going to draw another card. This one doesn't work. I put the 6 of spades. Started with 2? Started with 2? Wait. How should I have started with 2 exhibits? It says 1 exhibit. Oh. How to play. Setting up. How to start. Huh. Yeah, no, I'm just going to redraw. I'm not going to get another exhibit. I'm just going to redraw. And this is going to be the King of Diamonds. King of Diamonds. I remember the kings are pretty crazy. The kings are pretty crazy, aren't they? Existential threat. Existential threat. King of Diamonds. Nothing will be the same after this. All right. Listen to this. It's going to be a mouthful. You discover your original body, kept in a pod since first being brought to the Menagerie, and realize you're a clone. Do the machines keep a master and only copy it? Have other clones been created before you? Have you died before? How many times? You wake yourself up and discover you share absolute understanding of each other, memories and thoughts streaming through the alien technology implanted in you both. Together, you might have a better chance. From now on, you can take 2 actions whenever you do your part. Oh my god, that's a lot of power. Whenever you would take deviancy, you can choose to instead lose the connection you share with your original self. Oh, we can kill the clone instead of take deviancy. I don't know what they'll choose to do then. You can't be completely sure either. Wow, that's cool. We have a clone. We can take 2 actions. You know what? The game kind of says you're supposed to lose. I'm kind of rethinking that. I think we might be able to win this game now. I think we might be able to actually win this shit because we just got 2 moves instead of 1 whenever we play. So I think we have a good chance. We have a good shot at this. Yeah, of course. Oh, it changed in editing. Yeah, okay. We're the clone. Yeah, of course we're the clone. So let's give us a name. The original one, I mean, I don't know what's the original one's name as well. It should have like a cool space explorer, like Spiff the Space Explorer. Okay. Udi Yogev. It's named Udi Yogev. But the original one is Spiff the Space Explorer. Okay, that's the original. We're Udi Yogev because we're the clone. All right? Just to make it clear, just to make it absolutely clear, that's the original. We're Udi Yogev. No. Spiff the Space Explorer. All right, so we found Spiff. Now Spiff is running around doing stuff for us, and now it's time to do our part. When we do our part, we get to choose one of several options. This one actually did copy because I want you to know what the options are. We have time to take 1 action. Actually, it's 2. We have Spiff. So it's 2 options. Either attend to an exhibit, and we can do a lot of these different options here. Any of them that we want, any or all of the following options. And then there's shift blocks, which we can again do any of these. So because we have 2 turns, we can take all of these options and all of these options if we want it. So, yeah. So we can choose an exhibit to attend to, do any or all of the following, remove 1 harm, or add 1 harm. We can harm Snail Patrick Harris if we want to. And we can mark an exhibit for evacuation. It must have no harm. We can mark an exhibit for evacuation, but does it actually get evacuated? I don't think it does. I don't think it actually gets evacuated. We just mark it for evacuation. So I don't know. And then we can shift blocks. We can choose a block and order the machines to do any or all of the following. Draw walls, turn it to the other side, change it by 180 degrees, switch it with another revealed block, switch it with an unrevealed block, which you then reveal, and switch it with a block from the reserves. Okay. Do we want to do any of these? Question is, do we want to do any of these? Write down in chat what you think we should do. We can switch, reorient some of the blocks, switch them around. Mark for evacuation, release Neil Patrick Harris. Release it. I was imagining this was like when I first read the game was like a zoo in a space station out in space, but I think now that I know it's on the ground, it's on the planet, I realized when I reread the rules for tonight, actually releasing Snail Patrick Harris kind of sounds nice, like a nice thing to do, doesn't it? I think we want to do that. We want to mark for evacuation. Yeah, let's do that. Let's mark it for evacuation. Let's decide that marking for evacuation is like this box. This box is it means that it's marked for evacuation. All right. So now we have no idea how and why it'll be evacuated. Fix the blocks. How? Tell me how. Tell me how to fix the blocks. Look at the options. You have the options. Draw walls. Choose a block. We need to choose one block. And then we can either draw walls, turn it to its other side, change its orientation by 180 degrees. We can flip it. Oh, flipping it might be good. Flipping this one might be nice, right? Flipping it. It's not going to be useful with this. It's not going to be useful with this one now, but we can still flip it. Let's flip this one. Yeah, let's just flip it. All right. Cool. Nice. So now we have a slightly better block. We can do actually all of them. We can do all of them, China Boy. We can do all of these actions. So we can do, first of all, because we have two moves, we can do both number 1 and number 2. And then in each one of them, we can do all of these. It's just, it has to be all to one exhibit or all to one block, all of the changes, right? It has all to be to one block. And honestly, I don't know if we need a lot more stuff to do. Are we not okay? Are we not fine? I think we're fine. Yeah, good. So that was one turn. We created an exhibit, and we managed to actually improve our lot by quite a bit. Now, I would have you know that I'm in it to win it. I was expecting to lose because that's what the game says, but now I'm in it to win it because I know it's possible. I know it's possible to win now with two turns every turn, and I'm counting on you to lead me to make the right choices. All right? If I don't, then it's going to be on you, basically. Right, cycle begins. When a new cycle begins, we mark the box in the spaceport. We put a little X on it, and now a new exhibit comes in, which is the most fun part. We draw 2 more cards. 2 more cards are Ace of Hearts and 4 of Diamonds. Ace of Hearts first. 4 of Diamonds first, and then Ace of Hearts. So 4 and 1 means the features, the questions we are asked are, does it have a head, and if so, what shape is it? If not, where is its central nervous system? So a head or a central nervous system. And 1 is, how does it remind you of an earth creature? So again, there's going to be some details that remind us of an earth creature there. And now for Diamonds first, for handling procedures, this one is also going to be especially hardy. It's going to be especially hardy. It can take 2 harm before it dies. And the aberrancy is Hearts, which means it's hard to interact with it. It's hard to interact with. So these are the details. Its head is maybe weird in a bucket, in a KFC bucket. All right, its head is in a KFC bucket. It reminds us of an earth creature. It needs to remind us of an earth creature somehow. Please write how. And it's it's gonna be hard to interact with. It has venomous hunting arms like a jellyfish. Oh my god, a KFC bucket with hunting arms. I love it. I'm gonna go with that. So that's how it reminds us of an earth creature. And why is it especially hardy? Why can it take more harm before it dies? Tell me, please. I'm gonna start drawing it. That's the favorite part. That's my favorite part. Drawing the creature. Okay. Let's start with the bucket. Yeah. Let's choose a good brown. The bucket is gonna be like this. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good bucket. And KFC is on like upside down. It's upside down because it's wearing the bucket. Upside down. That's the bucket. Somebody took a bite of the bucket, but that's okay. The bucket is made of adamantium. Ooh, it's made of adamantium, so I'm gonna adamantium means that it's gonna have a shine to it. It's shiny. Look, it's shiny. It's an adamantium bucket. Oh God, yes. All right. Good. So it's hard to interact with because it's covered with an adamantium KFC bucket. And now there's going to be some hunting arms. Which color? Very pale hunting arms. Yeah. Like a jellyfish. Coming out of the bucket. It's hideous. It's hideous on the inside, but oh my God. Coming from you, Aviv, it actually means a lot. It means a lot. It's horrible. It's a good thing we don't see what its true shape is, its true form. All right. That's yeah. It's about the right size. Okay, so now we need to build a habitat that also can take 2 harm before it dies. And now we need to build a habitat. Let's choose 3 cells. Tell me, which cells do you want to choose? Okay. Yeah. Hila said that the bucket is the reason it's hard to communicate with, which, yeah, it's especially now that we know that it's an adamantium bucket. Of course, it's true. So which cells are we... If anyone here hasn't said hi yet, say hi, everyone. Bottom 3 right cells. Yeah, we can do bottom 3 right cells because it has to touch an existing habitat, right? So we can start from here because this one touches an existing habitat, and then we can go here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. If to mate with an existing habitat, that's one of the events. That's one of the cards we can draw. Okay, that's one of the things we can draw randomly. We can create, I think, right? At least some of them can join, which is what we drew before, right? The 6 of spades. We had to put back in the snail. I think these creatures already have a lot in common, right? They're actually already have quite a lot of elements in common. So I want to see their children. Yeah, well, we're gonna create children later. They're gonna have babies together, definitely. But right now, we're gonna choose these 3 cells. So now the next thing we do is we turn them over. So again, I'm gonna check which cells these are. They're awful again. They are again awful cells. And I'm gonna move this away. This is away now. Let's just remove these. And let's put in the cells. Oh shit. Yeah, no, that's very bad. Okay. Okay. So let's create this one. Oh no. It just moves without it again. I'm gonna take all of them. Yes, good. This one here. And this one. No. Okay. This one has borders here and here, which is perfect. And the last one. Yeah, obviously I haven't been doing this correctly at all. Let's just copy this, maybe? Can we do this? Yeah, we can. All right, this one has borders. Here, which I love. And come on, let me grab something. That's good. And here. These are the borders. But, yeah, we can now shuffle and move stuff because we know. Oh, God. People are saucy in the chat. Now we know we've learned and we gained the control to prove it. We have the control to prove it. We learned that we can change stuff up, changing one block, shifting one block. Change the orientation of any block by 180 degrees, which means just flip it 180. Switch the locations of any two non-blank blocks. Shift the locations of any two non-blank blocks. So we can shift two blocks that we already see the borders on. And switch any non-blank block with a blank block, which you then turn over. This is both the rules of the game and a very difficult sentence to say, is what I wanted to say. So do we want to shift one of these or exchange one of these with a non-blank block, which is this, basically? It's basically going to be this. So what do we do? What's going to be the best move for us? Help me out, people. Which cell am I going to fix? I can just switch this one 180 or this one 180. This is going to work, but this is going to be... Oh, and this is going to be the... So this can be the exhibit, right? This can be the exhibit. And we can shift this, and then we'll have two cells again. 2 is not enough. We need to have 3 consecutive ones. It's like a hard puzzle. This is a hard game. It's very bad because there's 3 borders. 1, 2, 3 borders are in our way. So bad. Okay, I'm gonna flip this one over. And create and just put the exhibit here. Okay, so this is gonna be flipped. The exhibit is gonna be here. Oh, actually, we want to neighbor them, right? We want them to be neighboring cells. So let's put the KFC monster here and flip this cell. So I'm going to flip this one. This goes here. And this doesn't let me change it. So I'm just going to grab a different one. Like Roll20 just randomly doesn't let me pick stuff up. And now this is going to be KFC Buddy. Oh, whoops, what did I do? Help me name it. What's gonna be the name? What's gonna be the name of KFC dude? KFC jellyfish. The Colonel. Yeah, okay, good. It's gonna be the Colonel. Cool. Okay. What happens if you have no borders in one side? What do you mean one side? Yeah, you have to complete the enclosure. If you meant like borders here, like at the bottom, we have to now draw this border. We have to have an enclosure that's like closed, closed from all sides. Let's create more borders. And now another border. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. So this is it. This is KFC. This is the Colonel's habitat. And now we take one more deviancy because we could not create a good habitat and we lose one control. So notice, when we gain deviancy, we fill out the red circle. So we lose control. We don't just gain deviancy, we lose control. So the object of the game is to gain more control, specifically get to 5 control. 5 control. We're now at 0. We started from 1, we're at 0. Okay? So good going up till now. Let's hope we get more luckier later. When we gain deviancy and we have no control, if there's no circles to fill, the zoo is going to start breaking apart. Okay, so stuff is gonna the zoo is just gonna lose some of its cells. It's just gonna break apart and go to shit until everything ends in a big crash, crashing fire. Okay, so we're done with the cycle begins stage, and problems start piling up. Yeah, there's definitely a little window. Maybe later on, maybe even a gate or a door. Let's see. I mean, let's let them settle and then see what we can do with them. Let's draw a card to see what kind of problems start piling up. 3 of hearts. It's almost all red. I'm really starting to think I might have not shuffled this. Oh, sorry. It's from the table that you can't see. I'm going to have to read it out for you. 3 of hearts. What's the trouble that happens? Port malfunction. The port lights up as the retrieving process misbehaves. If there's an empty box in the spaceport, fill it. There's no empty box in the spaceport. It's filled in. And it's hearts, so that says an exhibit is sent away. Oh my god, an exhibit is sent away. Pick one you've marked for evacuation. Poor Snail Patrick Harris. We've marked it for evacuation. Right here. You see this box. The blah blah blah. Or at random if none are marked. Remove the index card but don't replace it. A few of the organisms remain behind, but the habitat is closed. So where will they reside? With one of the other exhibits? In your chambers? Will you destroy them? Take 1 deviancy. Oh my god, that's awful. Alright, yeah. Snail Patrick Harris is free. He's free. Remove the index card but don't replace it. Oh shit. Look what happens. Look what happens. This all goes away. All these as well. Oh god. Removed. Absolutely, completely removed. I'm gonna keep it aside because it's just so pretty. I don't have the heart to destroy the art that I created. But yeah, so now, however, it does say that it's some of the organisms remain. So what I'm gonna say, to set up some heartwarming romance later, I'm gonna say that some of the organisms means some of the ooze seeps over to the kernel's cell. Look at that. Yeah, some of the ooze stays behind. And now there's ooze. Who knows what will happen with the ooze and the kernel in one cell together. That's some of the organism that stays behind. And some ooze is still left here as well. We lost a cell. We just lost a cell just like that. And we gain 1 deviancy. Now gaining 1 deviancy means that we gain a 4th... No. A 4th... a 4th circle without control to fill it up. So we gain deviancy, and that means that now we have to do something real bad. Something real bad happens. Blah, 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 blah. If there are no free circles to fill, instead draw an L shape on 1 blank block. An L shape. Oh, okay. We just draw an L shape. That's not that bad. We can just draw. You don't gain that deviancy? Oh. But there... You mean I don't draw the circle, is what you mean? Because we do draw an L shape on one of the... Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm not going to draw the circle. The circle is just 3 circles, but we do draw an L shape on one of the blocks. So I'm just going to draw an L shape here. How about that? Are you okay with this cell? We draw an L shape because I think that's just, it's going to be the least bothersome, right? If you have another suggestion, please say so right now, because otherwise I'm just going to do it. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm in it to win it. All right, so now we do our part. We do our part. Doing our part means that we get 2 turns now. Look at that. 2 actions. So we can attend an exhibit. We have only 1 exhibit to attend to if we even want to. We have shift blocks. So we can either attend the exhibit and shift blocks once, or we can shift blocks twice with 2 different blocks. Okay, we can do stuff to 2 different blocks if we want to. So yeah, we can do quite a lot of things. Draw walls, turn it to the other side, change its orientation by 180 degrees, switch it with another revealed block, switch it with an unrevealed block, or switch it with a block from the reserves. Yeah. So what do you want to do? We can mark the kernel for evacuation again. Yeah. That's pretty much a blank black block. Oh my god. Uh-huh. So which block do you wanna play around with? Is there even a block we need to play around with? We can shift this. Should I shift it 180 degrees? Maybe. Maybe shift this, like switch it like 2, but with 2 blocks is not good. A maintenance phase before we do our part. What's the maintenance phase? I'm not skipping anything on purpose. I want to play the game properly. Another cycle begins. Problems pile up. Yeah, here's the problems. Then there's maintenance. The mechanisms around and below you perform their duties as caretakers poorly. Choose a block on the edge of the grounds and turn it over. Oh! Yeah, there's a maintenance. There's a maintenance phase. Choose a block on the edge of the grounds and turn it over. If this breaks the enclosure or habitat, it's no longer completely surrounded by walls. The exhibit takes 1 harm. Draw on that block to close the enclosure. Then if there are 3 active exhibits, gain 1 control. By observing and dealing, blah, 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 you grow your understanding. Okay. Whew. Yeah, no, I'm on a version of the rules with the maintenance phase. Yeah, there is a maintenance phase, and I want to do it. Choose a block on the edge of the grounds and turn it over. We now turn over one of the blocks on the edge. So one of these on the edge. Huh. So which block do I turn over? Okay, help me. I'm not going to do anything myself with this in this round. I'm just going to need you to tell me which block we're turning over. You tell me. Someone in chat, decide. The block of slime. Okay, we turn it over. Let's turn it over. We've already turned it over, I think, so it's just going to be blank, which is not bad. Yeah. Let's move it away and then bring a blank. A blank block back. A blank block back. Nice, but now there's still slime in here. There's still slime, or ooze, I should say. There's ooze. And it's on the other side of this block, right? So remember, this is what we have on the other side of this block. You need to remember that. Okay, cool. So this is what we have. This is the maintenance phase. Now, nothing took harm because we didn't break an enclosure. Okay, we didn't break an exhibit or an exhibit's enclosure. And we didn't gain control. If we have 3 active exhibits at the end of the maintenance round, we gain 1 control, which is something we need to do. Okay, so now we're up to the doing our part. And both us, Udi Yogev, and Spiff, the Space Explorer, we both need to do an action, to make an action. So which action do we take? Help me out here. Do we want to shift a block, or do we want to attend to an exhibit? I think we can mark the kernel for evacuation, but do we wanna? Because now I noticed we want 3 active exhibits to gain control. We can gain control every turn if we have 3 active exhibits, like in the maintenance phase. So I want to have more exhibits. I don't want to mark stuff for evacuation now, especially now that the kernel is going to have babies with the ooze of the ooze of Snail Patrick Harris left behind, right? So I want to keep the kernel around, and we need more exhibits, not less. So I think, and I don't want to harm it. I don't want to harm the kernel. I want to stay healthy and happy. So I don't need to visit any exhibit. We just need to play around with blocks. But do we need to play around with any of these blocks? I don't see any suggestions, so I'm going to assume nobody wants to play around with the blocks. I'm just going to go on and begin another cycle. I'm going to start another turn. Cycle begins means we remove the mark from the box. There's no no exhibit coming in this turn. Is going to be one next turn, and we're ready for it. We need to get ready for it this turn. We have 0 control. We need to get our shit together. Cycle begins. Anything else happens in the cycle begins? If no exhibit comes in, blah blah blah. Oops, no. Cycle begins. Yep, nothing. So problems pile up. I'm going to draw another card for another problem. 2 of hearts. After ace and 3 of hearts, we drew the 2 of hearts. I swear to God, I'm shuffling these. Let's shuffle some more. I'm not going to draw the 2 of hearts. I'm going to shuffle these cards properly. All right, let's draw again. King of hearts. All right, the king of hearts. Still a heart. And it's a king, which means something crazy is going to happen. We already had the king of diamonds. Jesus. A unique astronomical phenomenon affects the compound. Why does this seem like the beginning of the end? Oh no. Jesus. Why do the machines groan so? Is this how the menagerie always finds its end? From now on, deviancy increases by 1 whenever another cycle begins. Deviancy is going to increase by 1 whenever another cycle begins, which means we need to... Bye, Aviv. It's nice having you. Thank you for the compliment. I'm gonna carry this compliment with me for the rest of my life. Okay, so we're gonna get a lot of deviancy. We need to get our shit together. Okay, that was the problem. There was nothing else. Nothing else that is gonna happen from this trouble. And now we said there's the maintenance phase. And in the maintenance phase, we just discovered the mechanisms, blah blah blah. They perform their duties as caretakers poorly. So now we choose another block and turn it over. Which block do we turn over? Another block at the edge of the ground. Okay, one of the border, which means I guess includes this one as well. It's also on the edge. Which one do we turn over? Biden asks you later. So, any recommendations? All right. Bottom left, second one. Bottom left, second one. Does it mean blah, 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 this one or this one? Second one? So you mean this with the border already, with the borders on it? Yep. Okay. Cool. Let's turn this one over. So we didn't break anything, which is good. You can just remove these borders, take them away. All right. Cool. Nice. That's the maintenance, and it was empty on the other side because it was we just turned it over from an empty cell, so that's fine. So now the maintenance phase is over. Now we can do our part again. And again, I don't think we need to do anything specific, right, to fix anything, because actually this is quite a good situation. This is actually quite a good situation, considering we have one cell missing, which is terrible, and we gain deviancy every turn now, which is also terrible. Except for this. This is one enclosure, which is good. A grid of numbers and letters. Yeah, of course. You can say like A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Like in Excel, A, B, C, D. So you can say A3 is this, or B4. This is going to be B4. So you can do that, definitely. Talk to me in letters and numbers, baby. All right. So tell me though, what's going to be the doing our part phase? Are we going to do our part? And if so, what's going to be the part? Yeah. This game is like the thinking man's chess. Menagerie of the Void. I feel like it's similarly hard, only there's no opponents. Somehow it's just as hard with no enemies. Okay. So yeah, I think we just did our part, which is just to hang back and do nothing. It's a good thing we have Spiff the Space Explorer, because that way we can just play cards together with the card deck, or we can play chess on the board. And that's what we do, is just hang back. We just kick our feet up and do nothing. So a new turn begins, and now there's another new exhibit. Our goal, remember, is to reach 3 active exhibits which are comfortably like living together, because we, one, want to create babies from everything, and B, we want to gain control. We want to gain 1 control every turn, because we're getting deviancy every turn anyway. So we really need to somehow like beat that race in some way. I don't know how, but we will somehow need to do that. Okay, so a new exhibit. Let's draw 2 cards. 2 cards. That's 2 cards. First is 5 of clubs, and second is 4 of diamonds. 5 of clubs, 4 of diamonds. This is going to be 5 and 4. So again, there's going to be something with the head. Either the head is unusual or the nervous system. And 5, what senses does it have, and how are they evident in its form? It has some special senses, and you can see it in its form. And then there's clubs and diamonds. Clubs means the handling procedures. It's especially compact, requiring only 2 blocks. Oh, it only needs 2 blocks. That's cool. That's a nice advantage. An aberrancy, diamonds. It's unsettling in some way. So it's unsettling. It's compact. It's small. It's unsettling. And it has a weird head, or it doesn't have a head, and it has weird senses. Tell me all about this creature. Tell me what it is. A top hat. Yes. I love it. It's going to have a top hat. Good. What else? A top hat might look very similar to the KFC bucket. Just warning you in advance. What else do we know? A sense of fashion. Oh my god. Yes. Any other ideas? It's a horde. No head. No head, just a butt. No head, nervous system is in the hat. Oh, okay. So the hat is part of the organism. The nervous system is in there. And the extraordinary sense it has is a sense of fashion. It's a horde. It's actually many little creatures. So is it like one of those jellyfish where there's like one shape, the hat is like lots of microorganisms? Or is it lots of little hats? Is it like lots and lots of little hats, or one big hat made of lots of little organisms? And lots of butts, of course. Lots of hats and butts. Which one are we choosing? A butt with a hat. Yep. It's a butt with a hat. Okay, that's what it is. So, let's draw it. So top hat, if it's fashionable, it needs to be black, of course. Of course it needs to be black. So this is going to be the top hat. This is the top hat. Okay, and it's very black. It's all colored black, right? Right? This is all black. This is the hat. And And this is the butt. All right. This is the creature. Please find a name for this creature, for this poor, poor life form. This poor, poor thing that can't even get a break. It's just a butt with a hat. Please, please find a name. You know what? I'm gonna do several butts with hats. It's gonna be several butts with hats. All right, 5 of them. There's gonna be 5 butts with hats. Simon Bassett. Simon Bassett is going to be the name. And now we need to put it into an enclosure. Simon Asshat? Simon Asshat. All right. Simon Asshat is the name. The creature is named Simon Asshat. And because they're small, they only need 2 spaces. Only 2 spaces. So let's choose 2 spaces. Either connected to the spaceport or to one to the existing exhibit right here. So which one? Which one do we want to do? Give me suggestions in chat, everyone. Do it. All right, nobody's suggesting anything, so I'm just going to decide myself unless somebody writes something down right now. I'm going to decide that it's going to be these, no, it's going to be these 2 cells right here. Okay, I'm going to be these 2 cells because it's close to here and it's in the middle, so it won't be as bothered, as interrupted by the other by the maintenance phase when things break down from the edges. So maybe this one will stay complete for as long as possible. So now, let's see when we turn them over what we get. Okay, that's not that bad. That's really not that bad. So this one is, it's really not that bad. This one has a border like this. Okay. And, this one has a border like this. This is all they have. It's not L's, it's just 1 border each, which means that now I'm able to place the ass hats. The ass hats, I'm going to be able to place them in the enclosure with just 2 spaces, because that's what we got in the handling here. I'm going to put it here, and this cell, this original cell with this border, it's going to go away to the reserves. So let's make sure we take that away. Let's take it here. Let's put the border in it. This is a cell that we can use later. It's in the reserves. Right here. All right. So, yeah, we have an enclosure. Let's draw some borders. No, won't let me. All right, this is another border and another one. Okay, good. This is where the ass hats live. Its name as a collective noun is Simon Asshat. It is one living being which is made up of lots of little microorganisms. If you look at it through a microscope, you see that it's actually butts with top hats with impeccable fashion sense. Okay. So this is the cycle begins. Now problems pile up. Let's draw another card. Another card for problems is going to be 9 of spades. 9 of spades Let's read up about it. 9 is Circle of Life. Pick an exhibit at random. It enters a new stage of its life cycle. Wow, a new stage of its life cycle. Okay, so let's pick one at random. It's going to be KFC or asshat. I'm going to flip a coin here. You don't see my my dice rolls, but I swear to God, I'm rolling a die. And yeah, I got the Colonel. I got the KFC guy. So Colonel enters a new stage of its life form, of its life cycle. First, choose one of its features and see how it changes in a way that it now affects its environment. Spades. I got spades. The organisms develop a new need around this feature, or the feature is entirely replaced by a different one. Choose one. What is happening and how does it serve as part as the creature's life cycle? Oh, okay. So there's a new need. We need to choose one of the features, and there's a new need that develops around this feature. So to remind you what the features we had for the kernel are, all right, so this is what was it? What was the material it was made of? The bucket is made of adamantium, right? Yeah, it's an adamantium KFC bucket. Yeah. And it's made of adamantium. These are like jellyfish hunting arms, the pale arms underneath jutting out. We don't know what this creature looks like. It's hard to interact with because of it. So now it develops a new need. Yeah, everyone, tell me. Pregnant and needs a bigger bucket. That is perfect. That is exactly what we're looking for, right? It got pregnant from Snail Patrick Harris. They're going to have babies. They're going to have babies. Right. So it needs a bigger bucket. What is happening and how does it serve as part of the creature's life cycle? It's going to have babies. And the babies, we don't need to know exactly what these babies are going to be right now because we're going to find that out. I have the feeling we're going to find that out a little later. Right now, it's just pregnant and needs a bigger bucket. Then draw a card and change the exhibit's handling procedures according to its suite. The number shows how the machines react to the change. Oh, I'm drawing another card here now. Okay, let's draw another card. Ooh, that's a 6 of spades we put back in the pack before. So 6 of spades is the machines ignore the change since there's no need for them to act. The organisms might seem distressed, but they settle down. Oh, that's nice. It's not bothered by the pregnancy too much. It's fine. It's fine because maybe pregnancy is really easy for this creature. Maybe it doesn't even notice it's pregnant. You know, it's just wearing an adamantium KFC bucket on its head, and it doesn't need to know. Cool. All right, so that is it. Now the maintenance phase. We need to choose. Another cell at the edge of the zoo and turn it over. Tell me, which cell do we turn over? A3, so this cell. Yeah, that is A3, which I think I'm good with. So we're going to turn over A3. Let's see what we find underneath. That's another shitty one. But that is what we have, and that's what we're going to use. So this is the cell we have. It's not the cell we wanted. This is not the cell we asked for, but this is the cell we deserve. Right here. Okay. There's like 2 cells here. If we manage to build an enclosure here for 3 cells, if something needs only 2 cells in the future, we can just put it here. But if we need 3 cells, we need to like connect these 3 together. So another exhibit can maybe be put here. You know? Oh, and I forgot to put the X here to mark this cell because we finished the... Okay, so maintenance is done. Maintenance phase is over. And now we do our part. Now we might want to do some more interesting stuff. We can turn it around in our turn. Ah, yeah, we can. That's exactly what we can do right now. We do our part. So, yeah, do we want to tend to an exhibit? And do we want to shift a block? I guess Hila already suggested we turn this around, which is perfect. It's a brilliant idea. Bye, China Boy. Actually from Taiwan. Thanks for joining us. See ya next time. Anyone who's leaving, by the way, follow me. I need followers. Cool. That's nice. Anything else you want to do with this cell, or anything else you want to do with another cell? This or another cell? Nothing? Nope. Well, it seems everything is going well. But after a new cycle, I forgot. After a new cycle, we gain one deviancy. So we already have the word of God that we don't draw another red circle. We don't get another red circle here, but we draw borders on an existing cell. We draw an L. So we need to decide which kind of L we draw on which cell. I think I have a good idea, but I'm gonna ask you first. You tell me what kind of border you want me to draw on one of the cells, because I think you might also have some good ideas. Which L am I drawing on which cell? B4. So this one, right? And which L am I drawing? I think I know what you want. I think I know you want a border here. And a border here. Yeah. So we drew borders here. This is how we gain deviancy when we don't have any more control left. But this is now ready. This is now ready and waiting for new exhibits, right? Do we have to turn over? If any block is blank, turn it over. So we don't have to turn them over if they're already built. If there's already borders there, we don't turn over the borders. We just choose 3 borders and we just put the exhibit there. So that's going to be amazing. This is ready for a new this is ready for a new exhibit. Cool. We did our part. Thank you, players. Thank you very much, watchers. Now we're gonna start another turn. Another cycle begins. Another cycle begins, meaning we remove the mark from here. No exhibit coming in this turn. Problems pile up. Second phase, I drew a 9 of diamonds. 9 of diamonds. We didn't draw a 9 yet. Let's see what a 9 is. All right, it's called... Oh, no. We drew a 9 just last turn. No, I'm not going to draw another 9. That's stupid. I don't want 2 9s in a row. It's the circle of life again. No, I don't want that. Let's draw the next card. I reshuffled the 9 in. 10. 10 of clubs. 10 is disembark on a mission. Disembark on a mission. That's cool. The machines send you on a mission beyond the menagerie's fences into the surrounding alien world. Cool. We go out of the zoo on a mission. Clubs. Clubs. You weren't supposed to go. You got accidentally swept up, or maybe you were curious. You're taken into the hostile conditions outside on a dangerous ride, but you get to understand what's the point of the expedition. Oh, we understand something new. What's the planet like, and what was the purpose of the mission? You can't do your part this cycle as you recuperate, but you gain 1 control. Nice. Nice. Okay. So we can't do our part. We're not going to be able to do our part because we recuperate. But what is the planet like? Tell me about the planet and what was the mission. We learn a little bit and we gain control. So I'm going to gain the control already while you tell me what the planet is like. Tell me things about the planet. Icy. Nice. All right. So if it's an icy planet, so let's draw the ice. It's gonna be this. Ooh, this color. Yeah. Everything around the zoo is ice. I'm going to be very sorry for that later. These lines are going to make it very hard for me to draw new things. Has an ocean under the ice like Europa. Wow, nice. Is anything in this ocean? Maybe there's stuff in the ocean. Huh? Huh? How about it? Tell me what's in the ocean. Okay, Chad is keeping it water. Okay, so there's an ocean under the ice like Europa, and in the ocean there's water. All right, cool. I forgot to add one deviancy after the doing our part thing again. After another doing our part, after the cycle begins, adamantium bits. Adamantium bits floating, the remains of relatives of the kernel. But we actually had to increase deviancy by 1, and it was before we gained control. This one right here, it's new. It's just from now. It's just from the trouble phase, the problems phase. So we actually gained deviancy before. So we need to draw more borders because we didn't have control to give up. So tell me where to draw more borders. Another L shape. Which cell? C2, the last corner. C2 here, or the last corner, which is this. So which one? Which one? Choose one. Sit still, behave. You haven't voted yet. Choose one of these two options. Either A1 or C2. Which one are we going to use? We're going to draw the borders in. These are adamantium bits, by the way. There's adamantium bits floating in the last corner. Corner. Okay, cool. So we're gonna draw the corner, and again, I'm not gonna wait for too much of an answer because I'm gonna just assume I know which borders you want me to draw there. Yeah. Let's do that. Very good. Very well done. Nice. So we gained deviancy. It wasn't that bad. And now we get to, we did the problems phase. Actually, it taught us quite a bit. What was the mission, by the way? We went out on an icy planet with an ocean underneath with adamantium bits floating in it and water. What did we need to achieve? What was the mission? And we weren't supposed to go, by the way. I'll remind you, we weren't supposed to go on that mission. We were sent accidentally, or maybe we snuck out, or we were just too curious. Did we need to bring something back, maybe? Yes, no? If you have any ideas, write them down. Oh, takeaway. Good. Yeah, takeaway from KFC, obviously. We brought some KFC back. Okay, cool. So we got takeaway. We learned a lot about the planet. KFC probably isn't chicken in this planet. It's something else. We don't know yet. Maybe it's one of these jellyfish. Maybe we're supposed to eat the relatives of the kernel. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. Next. There's doing our part, but we don't get to do our part because we need to recuperate. However, Spiff the Space Explorer stayed behind, and they can do their part. So we can do our part once instead of twice. So Spiff does something. Do we need to get anything done? Do we need to get anything done with one of the exhibits, healing them or harming them? Kentucky Fried Crustaceans. Yeah, that's the brand. That's the brand. That's KFC on this planet. Do we need to get something done with aliens, with exhibits, or with any of the cells? It kind of looks like these cells are nice. Kind of looks they're nice. They're yeah, I like them. I like these cells. I don't feel we need to do any maintenance. Did we lose the do our part? Yeah, I mean, it said you don't get to do your part, but we have 2 people. We have a clone. I don't know if you've been here, if you were here when this happened, but the very first turn of the game, we got one of the best results, and we found a clone. Or rather, we found that we're a clone. We're a clone, and we found the original in a pod, in some kind of suspended animation, and we then revived the clone, and we gave it a name. It was Spiff the Space Explorer. That's the original. That's who we were. We were Spiff the Space Explorer. We're a measly, lowly clone, and then Spiff can do more stuff for us. So we can do 2 things whenever we do our part. So, in my opinion, I think it means we still get 1 turn when we lose do our part, because we need to recuperate, right? Okay. So a new cycle begins. We now mark the box. Put an X in the box, which means that my favorite part of the game, a new exhibit arrives. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I draw. Nose Flautist. Yeah, give Nose Flautist a summary of what happened in between. Tell them about the new exhibit and what we found out about the planet. There's quite a bit of new information. So we drew a 9 of diamonds and 3 of diamonds. Didn't we always? No, we had a 3 of hearts. These cards are very similar. Very, very similar. So 9 and 3 of diamonds. So 9 and 3 is, what is beautiful or horrific about it? It's beautiful or horrific in some way. And 3 is, how many limbs does it have? And what do they end with? Nice. Now, first diamonds and then diamonds, especially hardy. This one is another hardy one, which is good. And it's unsettling in some way. Okay? So it's either beautiful or horrific. It's unsettling as well, which kind of sounds like it's the same. It's the same thing. And it has an unusual number of limbs, and they end in something unusual. So let me tell you. Tell me about horrific with the unsettling. Yep, yeah. It's got to go together, I'm sure. I agree. So how about you tell me? How is it horrific and unsettling and has a weird number of limbs ending with something? Arachnid. Or it's beautiful, but the beauty seems like a trick. Oh, I like that too. Yeah. Okay. So is it a beautiful arachnid? A beautiful arachnid? I kind of like the idea of a beautiful arachnid. What do the limbs end with? What is at the end of the limbs, and how many of them? Does it mean that it's 8 necessarily? Or maybe it's like a spider-like thing, but with different number of limbs. Rainbow spider on skates. Done. Nope. Skates already chosen. Already went with skates. Hila, good. Let's do it for the next one. That's a good one, but skates. Already went with skates. So skates are going to be a bright red because it's awesome skates. And I need... Oh, shit. How do I do skates now? Oh, God. Okay, let's do the feet first. Oh, God. Let's do the legs, not the feet. Let's do the legs. It's an arachnid. So it has a body, right? A body. A black body. And then there's the legs. Right? Okay, that's good. And I'm going to draw 8 legs. Oh, wait, you said rainbow spider. No. No, none of that. The body can still stay black, but it's going to be a rainbow spider. And it's 8. It's 8 of them. Let's make sure there's 8 different colors. So it starts with red. A red leg. And then on the other side, there's a blue leg. And then there's a... is this green? A green leg? Yeah, good. A purple leg? Let's do a yellow leg. Yeah, the Colonel is pregnant. Yeah, it's pregnant from the ooze left behind by the by Snail Patrick Harris. It's gonna be an orange. Gotta be an orange leg. Is this orange even? Let's call it orange. Let's say that it's orange. We're kind of out of colors in the rainbow. We're out of colors. Oh, yellow. I didn't do yellow yet. Yellow. It's kind of like an invisible leg. And let's do a gray leg. It's weird. It's an alien. Shit, what did I do? Okay, that's a yellow leg. Now, let's do a pink leg. All right. All right. Actually, we said that the number of limbs is unusual, right? It could be unusual. So yeah, it's gonna have seven limbs. Okay. Yes, I am imagining it like that. I told you originally I thought this zoo was suspended in space, but now I realize it's just on the ground, on the ice. On the ice. This is literally what it looks like. This is the physical surroundings of the zoo. It's just an ice with bits of adamantium in it. So I think Snail Patrick Harris can slither it away, just slimed its way across on the ice. All right, so we have this. It's extremely tough. Oh, it's on skates. On skates. This is going to be another challenge. The skates are going to be pink. Okay. All right. You can do it. No. Pink. No. Not a square. There's a skate. Oh, yeah. These are the skates. It has skates on all 7 legs. Look at that beauty. If nothing was unsettling up till now, this would be. Yes. This is what I interpreted it as roller skates. Yeah. A rainbow spider on skates. Yeah, it's on skates. I mean, you can correct me, but I think now it's too late. Now you might ask, how would it get around on ice with roller skates? But, Alright, give it a name, please. Yeah, it would, but too late, Hila, too late. It's roller skates. Bob. It's called Bob. Alright, Bob. Where does Bob go? In the zoo. So we need to find 3 spaces, and then we need to put Bob in one of them, and then we need to turn over blank cells. So we can choose 3 cells from this area and then turn some of them over randomly and see what's behind them. Or we can use this comfortable space that we already have prepared in advance. So, I mean, you tell me what you would rather us do. The trio spaces together. Yeah, Nose Flautist tells it like it is. It's kind of the reasonable thing to do. I don't have a strategy for this game. I want to win. I think we could. But I don't yet know how. The prepared one, we're more likely to control that way. Yes, I agree. So, do we put it here in the corner? Do you want me to put it somewhere else? a different space than this, maybe? No? Tell me if you want it to move it to a different one. And now we gain 1 deviancy because the end is coming. And whenever a cycle begins, we gain 1 deviancy. So we lose 1 control, but we're going to start gaining control now. We're going to start gaining control, which is good. 1 control every turn. I don't know how we're going to win like this because we're gaining 1 and losing 1 every turn because of that horrible, horrible result we got before. But I don't know. Let's see. Let's try. Okay, so now problems pile up. We draw 5 of spades. 5 of spades is released specimen. Oh no, what has got released? Pick an exhibit at random. A maintenance failure results in some of the organisms being released. Jesus. Okay, so first of all, let's pick one at random. It's the asshats. It's the asshats. Something malfunctioned with the asshats enclosure, and some of them got released. Okay, so we got a 5 of clubs. It was clubs. So clubs here says that all of the organisms in the exhibit are free to run around the grounds, and it's a disaster. It sounds like it would be a disaster, yes. The machines go nuts as they chase the loose specimens, eventually managing to capture them. How does this mayhem ensue? Take 1 deviancy. Oh, shit. How... Oh, God. The machine, blah, blah, they manage to recapture them. So, yeah, okay. So the asshats are everywhere until eventually they get captured by the machines. We take 1 deviancy from this, which we'll do in a second. Tell me what happened. How does this mayhem ensue? Which means what happens while they're out. Let me know what happens, please, because something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen when they're out. All right. They did everything in a full-assed way. All right. Everything. Well, if they did everything, that means that does that mean that they did things around? They were very cheeky. Did they do things full-assed things around the zoo? Like maybe they did some tasks, you know? You want to give them some tasks to do? Because if they don't do things half-assed, they can get some things done. Bob grew another leg. I'm going to draw another leg already. I'm going to do it already. This is going to be the pink leg, but this one doesn't have a skate on it. And it's also thicker from all the rest for some reason. Another leg. They clean the slime. Oh, nice. They press their asses against the windows. They redesign the decor. Nice. Okay, so first of all, they clean the slime. I like that idea. They cleaned the slime. Okay, well, let's take the slime out. All the slime was cleaned. Yes. How do I even capture this slime? Yes, okay. Okay. Some slime residue left up here. Let's see if I can capture it. I cannot. I cannot catch this slime. Oh, I could. Okay. Good. So the slime is gone, and they press their cheeks on the windows. A weird Russian animated film. I'm going to definitely watch that animated film later. It reminds you of the game. Well, maybe Iran needs to know of this film. Maybe the designer of the game, which is away, by the way. We can do whatever we want because he's away. Maybe he needs to remind you, but he needs to see this clip that reminds you of the game. Yes, I think Bob probably. We're gonna discover more stuff about Bob later. All right, that was the problems. Now the maintenance phase. The machines turn over one of the edge cells. Which one? More unsettling and unsettled. Both unsettled and unsettling. Which cell gets turned around by the machines without our consent, without our wanting? Back to the spaceport. Sure. I mean, we have access to almost all of them. So one that's next to the spaceport is going to have to be either this or this, one of these two. We can always build a habitat next to the spaceport. D2? D2 was flipped. And actually the other side of this card has a cell with more slime on it. So there's still some slime hiding on the bottom part of the D2 card. We can always build a habitat next to the spaceport anyway. But yeah, we can turn over one of these. See exactly what happens just to make sure I'm not getting it wrong. Choose a block on the edge of the grounds and turn it over. Yeah, we just turn over a block. B1. Yeah, let's do B1. Yeah, B1 gets some votes. All right, let's do B1. Let's discover what's on the other side of B1. It's not great, but not awful. This is the border. This is B1. This is what we discover. Yep. Consensus of 2 votes. And yeah, we now get to do our part. And again, we have 2 turns. Now we might actually have things to do. We can shift some of the cells. So first of all, let me show you the options again. Oh, and we get control. I almost forgot. We get control. We get control because we have 3 active exhibits. It's nice. Okay. Which one of these do you want to do? Or both? Or one of them twice? We can just draw walls. Just drawing walls sounds nice, because if we draw walls, we won't have to turn over the block when we build an enclosure on it. If we just draw comfortable walls, which are going to be ready for the next exhibit to come in, right? And we can switch to reveal blocks again. That's also good. No, if we have 3 control, we can do stuff with 2 blocks. We have more moves that we need anyway, right? But if we have 3 control or more, we're gonna be able to do more. But nothing here directly gives us control. Okay. So let's draw some walls and let's shift some blocks. So which block do you want to draw the walls, and which block do you want to maybe shift? Not losing at the beginning of the next round? No. To lose, what needs to happen for us to lose is to gain so much deviancy that we not only run out of control, but we draw all the empty cells have borders on them, so there's no blank cells left at all, no blank blocks, as it were. And then when we gain deviancy and we don't have control and we don't have any more cells to draw walls on, we start losing cells. Cells start getting just ruined and shipped off, and just like they fall off the zoo until the zoo breaks apart. Sorry. completely breaks apart. So that's how you lose. It's pretty crazy that we got one amazingly good option right at the beginning of the game, and then right after that, one amazingly bad option. Thank you, sis. Still behave. I appreciate that. I'm alone at home. No one's gonna catch anything off of me. But you're right. But you're correct. So, which walls do we draw and which ones do we shift? Which cells do we shift? I mean, it's a good one, right? To maybe move, exchange with another. All right, goodbye, Matt. It was awesome to see you. Matt is running a game Tuesday nights. Coming on Tuesday night, 8:30 Israel time to see Matt running a game. 7:30 Central European time. He's running a comedy Dungeons and Dragons game, a silly comedy Dungeons and Dragons game with very unusual PCs. And you're gonna get to see the second episode. And the first one is just up on YouTube. So click the YouTube link down below on Twitch. You'll go to the YouTube channel. You'll see the first episode. You can watch it there. And then on Tuesday, you can watch live the second one. And you can chat with the players while they play. So yeah, that's the plug for Matt. Thank you, Matt. Good night. Bye. I'm gonna switch these two blocks, okay? Like B1 and D1. I think that's a good idea, right? Because this one is gonna be good here with these two borders, because this border is gonna be next to this port, and then this border is not gonna be interrupting. That's not gonna bother us, right? So I'm just gonna move this one to here, right? I'm gonna do this. This is one choice. Why can't I move again? Oh God, goddamn roll 20. Just go away. Just go away. All right. New border here. And new border here. Okay. So this is one change that I made. Anything else you want me to do? Attend to an exhibit? Change something, draw more walls. I'm going to draw more walls. All right, chat is not giving me any ideas, so I'm just going to draw more walls. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw walls here. Or am I? Upper wall on B1. Oh, I can just add an upper wall here. Yeah, that's good. So that's going to be we can only draw walls on one cell. So drawing an upper wall on B1 means that's the one wall we draw. Okay. All right, we drew a wall here. That's cool. Good. Look, we're ready for more exhibits. We're pretty ready. I think we're handling this. We're handling this well. We didn't actually switch them. I didn't. Of course I did. Oh shit, I didn't. Good point. This. And I can't move it again, which is awful. Jesus, something is seriously wrong with roll 20. So yeah, this one should be here. No, this one should be here. Yeah. This is switching them. Now I switched them perfectly. Fine. Okay. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce this name. Tamio. I don't know what that means. So thank you. Yeah, good point. Good catch. So now so now we can draw walls here if we want to. But should we? I don't know if it's actually useful. If we draw walls here, we just if we put an exhibit somewhere around here, we can just draw walls while we place the exhibit. So I don't think we need to do that. I'm not sure we need to, right? Anything that's actually going to be useful for us to draw. I think probably drawing a wall on a block that doesn't have any walls on it yet, because then we can put an exhibit and we won't have to turn over that cell, right? So drawing an L like here, for example, drawing a wall here somehow, even just a border on the right. How about that? Just a border on the right. That then if we put an exhibit that's next like here and it's supposed to be part of this, like this is part of the enclosure, then this won't be blank. And we want these to not be blank, right? So I'm gonna do that. This is exactly what I'm gonna do. Look at me strategizing. Look at me strategizing. Preparing for what's to come. That's us doing our part. All right, cool. So we cleaned up some of the mess and we were able to end the turn with one control. Obviously, the control will be gone by the beginning of next turn, which starts to feel bleak to me. We're gaining one control every turn, but losing one every turn. I wonder if anything is going to make us lose or win anytime soon. Let's try to see what happens. So that's the end of another turn. We're starting another turn now. We remove the mark. So no new exhibits this turn. And we lose one control or gain one deviancy. So we lose the 1 point of control we have. That is the beginning of the cycle. Now problems pile up. Let's draw more cards. 7 of diamonds. 7 of diamonds is morphing time. Wow. Okay. An organism shifts and changes. Pick an exhibit at random and draw 2 cards to generate 2 aberrancies for it. So 2 new aberrancies. It gains more features. It morphs to something more weird. How do the new features replace or combine with the exhibit's previous form? Did something in the habitat cause the change? Decide either to remove all harm from the exhibit or completely destroy it and its entire habitat in some violent, bizarre action, ripping the cards in 2. Wow, okay. So that's a big choice. But first, let's draw 2 new cards to generate 2 new aberrancies for it. These are the 2 new cards. So it's a hearts and clubs. Let's look at the hearts and clubs to see what new aberrancies we got. Oh, let's choose one at random first. We're going to choose one of the exhibits at random. Number 3 is Bob. We chose Bob. Bob changes and becomes even weirder, which means that now it gains 2 aberrancies, which are the hearts and clubs in the in this. So it's hard to interact with, and clubs, it has a weird aesthetic. So both of these I feel are already true, but they become even more true, okay? More legs. All right. So weird aesthetic, we got it. It's more legs, but how does it also become harder to interact with? Right? It needs to become harder to interact with. I'm going to start drawing the legs while you're thinking of an answer of how is it harder to interact with. Let's do this leg. Let's do a leg like this. It's going to have hunting like two forearms for hunting. Only legs? Yes, with ice skates this time. Less eyes? Well, it doesn't have any eyes that I see right now. It's just skates. Kipodu. Legs instead of eyes. I love it. So it's going to be... Okay. So basically it's going to be just a bunch of legs like a hedgehog, like a porcupine. It's going to be a porcupine of legs. Let's draw lots of legs. Let's draw lots of legs. Okay. Yes. More legs. Oh, shit. Never mind. Let's leave it like that. It's weird enough. More legs. More legs. Purple leg. Purple leg. How about this whatever color leg? A brown leg. A brown leg. Another like brown. Oh, it's another brown. No, beige. I meant like this violet color. All right. All these legs. All right. Contact poison. Wow. Okay, so wait. So there's going to be ice skates. There's going to be ice skates now. Let's draw ice skates. The ice skates are going to be gray, dark gray. It's going to be dark gray. No, light gray. Let's make them like a lighter gray. And these are the ice skates. See how aesthetic? See how lifelike and realistic the skates look. Skates at the end of all of Bob's feet. And the skates are dripping poison. They're poisonous. Okay, so this is poison, and this is poison, and this is poison, and this is poison. And you know, it makes sense because they're sharp. They're sharp. It's poison. All right, cool. Poisonous skates, dripping poison. Okay. Whew. So everyone is filling the nest with what happened. Nanesk is heading off to bed. Oh, okay. A lot has happened, Nanesk. A lot has happened that you missed. Like, some of these creatures are going through changes. Click the link, go support the Kickstarter. This is the reason I'm doing it, or part of it. I wanted people to see it because it's pretty awesome. It's one of those cool indie games which is really different from pretty much everything else I've played. Even story games that don't go like Dungeons and Dragons, like story games. This is like pretty different from all the rest. It's a very funny and silly game, but one that actually it's like really fun to play. It puts a lot of creativity and strategy together. So yeah, go there and check it out. There's still almost a week to go, I think, right? More videos? Am I gonna watch these videos ever? Let me click one of those videos right now. Yeah, I think I know what you're thinking about, right? Bob is going through changes. All right. Good thing I'm not sharing audio, by the way, because otherwise it would probably be taken down by some copyright law or rule on YouTube or something. All right. So this was the trouble. So now maintenance happens. One of the cells on the edge is turned over again. Which cell? Please help me choose a cell on the edge of the ground that is flipped over. 10 seconds. Was it less than 10 seconds? Might have been. Yeah. A2. Yep. A2 seems good. We still don't know what's on the other side of A2. And I see here that A2 is actually not that bad. Let's do... Nope. Let's do A2. This... Okay. D. Oh, there's another suggestion. D1. Actually, D1 means we would go back to a previous. Oh, I think the other side is empty. Yeah, we would go back to an empty cell. But I already did A2. D1 could be the next one. And now, if the maintenance, if we have 3 exhibits, we gain 1 control, and we have 3 active exhibits, which actually are living quite a happy, fulfilling life. They're reproducing. They're going through things, going through changes. What am I doing? This here. All right. This is another point of control. All right. Cool. This is maintenance, and now the problem phase is over, and now we do our part. It is again our chance to draw some walls if we want to switch some of these cells, attend some of these exhibits. What do we want? Do we need to do anything? We might not, but we might need to. We might wanna. Let me show you the options again. Yeah, I kind of agree, Hila. I think things are pretty good. Draw more walls. Turn or flip something or remove harm. There's really no... Any exhibits larger than 3 cells. I don't know if it's even possible in the game to achieve. If something happens that destroys borders, you might get an exhibit with more than 3 cells. But when you place them, you just need to choose 3. 3 is like the minimum space they need. Of course, for this one, it needed 3, and we got deviancy when we put it here because it only had 2. But this one only needed 2 because it's compact, it's small. Asshats. All right, I think that's the end of the turn. New turn begins, which means, you guessed it, a new exhibit. Let's draw 2 cards. All right. Jack of Diamonds and 9 of Hearts. Jack of Diamonds, 9 of Hearts. Let's go down here. So, Jack is 11. It doesn't look like an animal, more like a plant or a mineral. That's cool. And 9 is what is beautiful or horrific about it. So again, it's either beautiful or horrific or both at the same time. And we drew diamonds first, so it's going to be especially hardy. We're getting a lot of the especially hardy ones. And 9 is, or hearts is, it's hard to interact with. So it looks like a plant or a mineral. It's beautiful or horrific, and it's hard to interact with. And it's hardy, or quick to regenerate, or something like that. Tell me about this creature. What or who is it? A rock with googly eyes. Glittery diamond-like thing. Uh-huh. I'm gonna combine these 2 ideas. So I'm gonna make it a beautiful. I'm setting myself up for hard work, but I want to create a beautiful diamond-like shape. A salty rock with googly eyes. So let's say maybe it's let's continue on the crying theme. It's also going to be crying. Let's make it beautiful though. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? Let's make it multicolored. There's also going to be red, bright red. And more ideas. Crying and emotionally bitter. Get 2 types of salty in there. Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. So it's going to be 2 no, you know what? Let's make it, let's do a proper one this time. Alt and now, these are the two googly eyes. This is gonna be the tears. This is gonna be the tears. It's crying. It's crying. There's tears. Yeah, it's salty. Name it. This is your time to shine, everyone. Name this poor creature. Dwayne? Why Dwayne? Dwayne. Fits. Kind of fits. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Dwayne. Nice. Dwayne Johnson. Oh God. I can't believe I missed that. Yes. It's Dwayne Johnson. Formerly known as... Okay, so where do we place it? Where's the habitat going to be? Yep. No longer The Rock, by the way. Formerly known as A2. Cool. So here, as close as possible to the asshats, which I think makes sense, and Bob as well, making sure some trouble is going to happen. But where the habitat is going to be, or are we going to just use these three? Anyone has an idea of another kind of habitat we want to do? We can use this, but then this will be turned over like randomly, so we don't know. Yeah, A2 is getting a lot of votes. Yeah, so we're doing A2, and because this touches this touches this, I'm just gonna use these three. I'm just gonna do these three. This goes here. We draw a border, and we draw another border here. All right, that's it. That's an enclosure. That's a nice cozy enclosure. It's a hardy creature. It's salty and bitter, but it is kind of beautiful. Jesus, the two googly eyes get me every time. I can't believe this creature exists. Oh God. Okay, good going. Now every time a cycle begins, we gain 1 deviancy because... Yeah, he's looking down at Bob. That's true. That is absolutely true. Okay. We gain deviancy, we lose control. What little control we had. Oh God, this is going to go on forever. But now soon enough, we're going to be out of habitats, like space for creatures. All right. Stay calm. It's good. You're going to make it. You're going to do it. Whew. Problems pile up. Are you ready for problems? Are you ready for trouble? For issues to come up? 8 of diamonds. New facility. Pick an exhibit at random. The machinery decides to erect a new facility in an awkward location, forcing the exhibit's habitat to split into 2. If the habitat was a single block, it's destroyed. Otherwise, replace one of the habitat's blocks, not the exhibit card, with a new index card for the facility. Then draw walls to close the enclosure on the habitat. Okay, so first of all, let's pick an exhibit at random. Let's make sure we know which one we're talking about. Oh, actually, it's 4 now. I need to roll a d4. Okay, so it's the kernel. It's the kernel right here. Okay. This is the one we're messing with. Replace one of the habitat's blocks, not the exhibit card, with a new index card for the facility. See below, then draw walls to close the enclosure on the habitat. So now we're looking at the suit, and we see that it's diamonds. The machines try to compensate for stealing space by granting too much space, then separating the organisms between 2 habitats. Take a new index card, copy the exhibit's details, and create a habitat for it. Oh God, we're getting a new there's a new kernel. We're creating a new... You know what I think this is? I think this is the children. I think this is the babies that the kernel is having. I think this is what it is. This is, we just decided, we just realized the reason the machines are doing this is because the kernel is having babies. So what we need to do is to take a new card and create a new habitat for the children, for the babies of the kernel. So let's see what happens. First of all, this replace it with a new index card for the facility. See below. Oh God, create a new habitat. Oh shit, this is a new habitat for the children. Oh God. This is the new habitat. This is very bad, my friends. This is horrible. Look what's going to happen now. Look what's going to happen. I'm going to take the kernel, mark as much of it as possible, create a new... Let's move all of it here. Let's move all of it up here. Let's work here. Okay, so let's do this. No. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now this one goes back to its former habitat. To its former habitat. It's here. This is the old one. It's going to stay alone. Yeah, probably. Yeah, you have to separate because they eat their babies. It's probably exactly what happens. Okay. There's many babies. There's going to be many children. Oh, poor kernel. Going to be separated from its babies. Then again, lucky babies, right? Because then that way they don't get eaten. And babies. Oh, shit. They all go here. These are the babies. Well, I'm not sure it's going to be able to send one of its arms to hold the baby because we're now creating walls. And I don't know if they're bars. I don't know if they're bars or just walls. Now, technically, we've created a new habitat. We've gone through the entire procedure of creating a new habitat. But this habitat is only 1 square, which means we gain 1 deviancy again. And because we don't have control, we're out of control, we need to draw an L on one of the blank cells we have. So tell me, which cell do we draw an L on? It's either this one or this one. It's B2 or C2, I guess. Yeah, I think the takeout probably was the kernel's food, right? When it was gestating. When the young were gestating, B2 is seems to be the consensus. And what kind of L? I'm guessing one of the walls is going to be on the left-hand side. Because that seems reasonable. But is the other wall going to be the top or bottom? D1. We can't do D1. We can't do D1 because this is already, it's not blank. When you gain deviancy and you don't have control, you have to draw walls on an already blank card. One that doesn't have walls on it right now. So we're drawing walls here. Is it going to be top or bottom walls? Any suggestions? Yeah. Actually, probably what happened is bottom. Good. So what happened is probably that we needed the buckets for next to the butts. We needed the buckets for the young. Yeah, you need to get lots of buckets to house the babies that are created. Yeah. Yeah, those are good ideas. You're full of good ideas today, chat. Very, very good. Thank you very much. What would I have done without you? Probably all of it would just be aliens from Alien. Just weird, monstrous creatures with teeth. But now look at these. Look at the imagination. It's amazing. This is the end of the problems phase. We have 3 active habitats or more. We have more, so we gain 1 control. Yep, there it is. And now, we do our part. Oh, sorry, maintenance happens. Yeah, maintenance happened because we drew walls. I kind of forgot. I thought that was maintenance, but it's not maintenance. First of all, we turn over one of the cards on the edge. Okay, we turn over a card on the edge. Okay. So now let's see what happens when we are overcrowded and there's like, if we make a cell. Like there's a habitats. What happens when a habitat changes and it becomes Oh, okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's okay. So yeah, we just need to turn over a card. Yeah, on its other side. So when we turn over a card, it's gonna turn over to its other side. This one has slime on it, remember? Might not matter. Ooze. A4. A4 with Bob. Do you mean D1? But Bob. No, I don't think I'm not gonna turn over one with an exhibit on it. Did you mean D1? Or do you want to get rid of Bob? It'll mean it dies. I mean, it's just gonna die. Okay, good. Good thing. So the other side is, I think, blank. Or, oh, sorry, we switched these 2 cards. We switched these 2 cards. This is one, now what used to be A2. An A2 already turned over. So now the other side of it is blank. It's blank. Good. We just remove this and move it over to here. So now we have a blank card. And we got the control, okay, over here at the end of the maintenance phase. And now we do our part. Let's do our part. Tell me what you want me to do. None of our exhibits are harmed. Soon enough, they'll start getting harmed. Because other exhibits are going to be forced into the existing enclosures. Yeah, I also think we're fine right now. We can maybe draw borders, but I don't know if we need to. Yeah, okay. If we're okay, we're just okay. Another cycle begins. No new exhibits. No fun this time. So now, yeah. New, take 1 deviancy. Gone. Control is gone. Good. Next. Problems pile up. Let's look at problems. 8 of diamonds. Do you already have 8 of diamonds? Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's the one we just drew. I forgot to draw a new one. Jack of spades. That is a new one. Okay. So Jack is visitors arrive. Someone new is here. If you got clubs or diamonds, it's a complete surprise. If hearts or spades, you become aware of their arrival before they appear. So we are aware of their arrival, of the new guests. Draw a card and consult its suit and number to see what they are and what they want. What are these things? What do they look like? How do they interact with you? Okay. Okay, let's see. We drew 10 of hearts. 10 of hearts means they got here by mistake because they were drawn in by some device which they then disable. Take one deviancy. We take one more deviancy. Oh, Lord. The spiral begins, I think. So we take one deviancy. And also, what is going to happen is... decide if the visitors will leave or get banished or destroyed just before another cycle begins, or if they're making themselves comfortable, taking up a block, draw their encampment on it. If destroyed, decrease deviancy by 1. So it's strangers. Strangers come in, and they either stay or leave. We gain 1 deviancy, which means we need to fill one of these two blocks. Yes. One of these 2 blocks with an L. So first of all, tell me which one of these we fill with an L. D1. Yep. Let's draw an L in D1. And I think I know which L is going to be the perfect one. This one. And this one. And now we need to decide whether the strangers stay or leave. Either they leave or they stay. And if they stay, they take a block. And they take it like forever. Put them on D1 so we're left with an enclosure. You can give them D1, the bastards. Yes. Good. Let's give them D1. Okay, so let's draw their encampment. I have no idea what their encampment looks like. How do I draw it? What does it have? Give me some details. What do I draw? Give me some details about the way they live, what they put. Do they have decor? Do they live in a house? Do they have furniture? Gazebo, they're LARPers. Igloos. Oh god, these are 2 pretty great ideas. So let's make them ice gazebos. Okay, they're going to be ice gazebos. I'm going to start drawing right now. If we said this is ice, let's make it ice gazebo. An ice gazebo, a gazegloo. Yep, a gazebo. It's like, no. Why? Why is it black? I made it. Ice blue. Okay, good. And a hovercraft. Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing. Right on it. This is the beginning of the gazebo. Oh, God. This was a mistake. That was a bad mistake. All right. More gazebo, more details. Now it goes up. Right? This is a gazebo, right? This is what it looks like. Gazebo! This is a gazebo made of ice. Oh, God. This is awful. Okay, good. This is the gazebo. And let's draw a hovercraft, because why not? The hovercraft, it's going to be purple. It's just going to be purple. these are windows. These are windows, and this is the this goes like the thing. Okay, and this is an antenna. All right, this is the hovercraft. And if you don't like it, all right, this is the encampment. Let's make sure we got it all. And let's give the bastards D1. Yes. Okay. That's what they are. A snake eating a elephant. Yeah, that's where I was trying to go for. Oh God. Criticizing my art. Criticizing my art at a time like this. We don't have a lot of control to lose. Can't have inner doubt. Alright. This was the problems phase, I think. I think this was the problems phase. So now we do our part. And we need to do something, or we can do something. Do we want to do any of the actions we can do? Again, I think we don't have to. Or the a tile turns over again. We need to turn a tile over. One at the edge. Close the guests in. I don't think we need to. They're not going to bother. I don't think they're going to bother us or the other exhibits. They're just going to stay there. So how about turning a tile over in the maintenance phase? Tell me which one. I remind you that this, if we turn this over, we gain 1 deviancy, which is an option. It's an option. We can destroy this. Basically, we turn it over, we destroy it. We destroy their encampment and we gain 1 deviancy, which can happen. Then we'll have to draw an L here. Okay, there will be a new L. But we can also turn over this. The thing is, if we turn this over, D2, if we turn D2 over, we get this with a slime. I'm just going to remind you that this is the tile that's going to be instead of D2. Okay, just so you know. This is on the other side of that card. So make your choice. Which card, which cell do we turn over? Which one? B1 and B2 are the two suggestions. So B2 we can't because it's not on the edge. It has to be on the edge of the ground. So B1 can happen. C2 also can happen. Both of them are not on the edge. Can we clean up D2? We can later. We can do it later, but not in this move. Although we can do our part twice, so maybe the other action can maybe to clean up D2 from the slime. But the borders are still going to stay there. The walls, you see the walls on the left. There were 3 walls there. 1, 2, 3. Remember? 1, 2, 3. So they're still going to be there. Unless D2. Yeah, so there's some votes for D2 I see here. So let's do D2. And let's remember this is the other side of D2. And bring in the other one to here. Yeah. So now D2 is, this is the walls. It's on the top, not on the bottom, which is, it doesn't matter, really. It's just as bad. It doesn't matter. So now we can now do our part a second time. Remember, we have 2 turns. Because we have 2 turns, we can now move D2, maybe switch it with another cell, or somehow make it less, I don't know, switch it with, look at our options right here. Shift blocks. Choose a block. Draw walls. Turn it to its other side. Oh, we can turn it again. We can turn it to its other side again. Change the rotation by 180 degrees. Rotate it around. Oh, but when we rotate it, it's 180 degrees. It's always half a turn. We can't just do a quarter turn. So it's just gonna be with a border here instead of here. A border is gonna be here instead of here, right? And remember, we can do this twice. We can choose 2 blocks because this was the maintenance phase. This was the maintenance phase. Okay, when this turned around. So we have two actions. Can you switch it with a spacebar? No, the spacebar is the one thing that can't move. Can't be switched around, as far as I remember. I might be wrong, but I think this is one that can be moved. Can be moved or switched around. I say we can also switch with one of the reserve, remember. So we can take this or this and we switch it with this maybe. We can switch this like this. We can switch it with a block from the reserves. We can switch it with a block from the reserves. Switch it with A3, A3, then rotate it. This with A3 and then rotate A3. Yeah, that could work. But then, yeah, actually that's cool. We can switch it and then rotate it. That's true. But we can also switch it with a block from the reserves. So which one we're gonna do? That's the 2 ideas basically. So this is the vote. Either we switch it with A3 or we switch it with the block from the reserve. Which one do you choose? Give Bob some slime. Yup. This is what we're doing. This is what's happening. And now we turn this around, which means we can move. Tomato, good idea. I was kind of in favor of that as well, but by the time you voted, already Hila and Sit Still Behave voted to go the other way. So we went with switching it with A3. I think you might be a little lagged, or I don't know. And then there's another suggestion: make Bob slime pregnant too. I think we're gonna find that out very soon if Bob can get pregnant. We'll see what kind of trouble pops up from the deck of cards. All right, cool. That was us doing our part. In the maintenance, we also got control. Remember that. Because we have 3 exhibits. We have more than 3, but 3 is enough. That's it. That's the turn. New turn. Cycle begins. We mark the box and we create a new exhibit. A new one that's going to take our last 3 cells and going to fill up our entire zoo. So what's going to be the new one? Start thinking of ideas. I'm drawing cards. Shuffling. Shuffling. All right. So, Two of Hearts. Didn't we get? No, we didn't get Two of Hearts yet. And 7 of Clubs. Let's see. 2 of Hearts and 7 of Clubs, what they mean. All right. 2 of Hearts. 2 is unusual alien ability. And 7 is what does it eat? What it eat, and when does it eat? Okay, so what is its diet and what is its place in the food chain, I guess, is the question here. And then we got Hearts first, which is The Menagerie systems gives it a lot of attention, or perhaps you do. Whenever you attend this exhibit, gain one control. Oh my god! Whenever we attend this exhibit, we gain one control. This gives us control. This is nice. So we like this exhibit. It's one that we like. We give it a lot of attention. And the clubs means it has a weird aesthetic. Okay, so it eats something weird, or something weird eats it. It has an unusual alien ability, and it has a weird aesthetic. And for some reason, we're going to like it, and we're going to visit it a lot. Okay, and we're going to gain a lot of control from doing it. Let me know, what is it? It can digest anything. That's good. That kind of answers another question as well, because it can eat weird things. So it can digest anything. It has an iron stomach. It eats the trash. Oh, nice. It eats the trash. I like that. It eats adamantium buckets. Yeah. Okay, so it can eat anything. It can eat adamantium buckets as well. It eats adamantiums, and it poops milkshakes. Well, I mean, you said makes milkshakes. So let's leave it at makes milkshakes. So it makes milkshakes. It can eat anything, including adamantium buckets, and it eats the trash. Okay. Why do we like it? Because it makes milkshakes. So I'm gonna have to probably draw the milkshake somehow. What is it though? Tell me what the shape is. What is the creature itself? I'm gonna start drawing the milkshake, but while I'm doing that, tell me what the creature is. It's gonna be a vanilla milkshake, by the way. A vanilla milkshake. I want to know what this creature looks like, what its shape is. Let me know. Help me out. Gelatinous cube, but it's in the form of a D20. Sure. Already chat is creating theories about our creatures. Dwayne is similar to a D20. Maybe they're related. So it's a gelatinous D20. Let's see how we even create that. We need to... Oh, God. We need to somehow... usually it's like one triangle, and then there's the triangles around it, right? And then there's pretty sure this is what a D20 looks like, right? Next Saturday, Idamar draws aliens for 3 hours. And that's just gonna be a 1. This is gonna be a 1. Usually a D20 is shown just having rolled a 20, but this one is unlucky. It's a gelatinous D20 who rolled a 1. So now we need to decide where to put it. Obviously, we put it in one of these. Which one of these cells? B2, C2, or D2? Remember, if we put it in one of these cells, then this is going to be switched, turned over. It's going to be flipped. So we might, Jesus, we might just want to put it here. I think we just probably want to put it here because honestly, we could just draw the borders. Nothing is going to go wrong. This is going to be fine for now. Maybe later we'll rue the day. We'll regret it. Dee Dee is good. Yes, Dee Dee is a good name. So this is Dee Dee. This is Dwayne. They might be related. Let's draw borders to make sure Dee Dee has a comfortable space to live in, to eat a lot of trash, as gelatinous cubes do, and to eat a lot of trash as gelatinous dice do as well. Yeah. Cool. So that is the beginning of the turn. Cycle begins. We now gain 1 deviancy. And phase 1 is complete. Now problems pile up. I'm going to draw another card. Boom. 7 of hearts. I feel like I'm drawing the same cards all over again. But I'm not. No, I didn't get a 7 of hearts yet. No, it was 7 of diamonds and 7 of clubs. Okay. 7 of hearts. Morphing time. An organism shifts and changes. Pick an exhibit at random and draw 2 cards to generate 2 aberrancies for it. How do the new features replace or combine with the exhibit's previous form? Did something change? Did something cause the change? And then we decide to either remove all harm from the exhibit or completely destroy it in its entire habitat. I don't think we'll want to destroy it. Why would we? But we can definitely draw 2 cards and generate 2 new aberrancies. And we got clubs and diamonds. We didn't choose an exhibit at random yet. So we have, how many exhibits do we even have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 exhibits with the children. Hila, if you're not here, I can't guarantee what's going to happen to the babies. I am not going to guarantee the babies are going to stay safe. Good night, Hila. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I won't see you tomorrow, actually. We're not playing tomorrow. Yeah. We usually... I play with Hila, but we're not going to be playing tomorrow. There's a break. So anyway, I'll see you some other time. Hope you had fun. I chose at random. It's the kernel. I rolled a 1 on the d6, so I got the kernel. So that means that the kernel is going to get 2 new aberrancies. What potic? What does this word mean? All right. So 2 new aberrancies. Let's roll down to here and get clubs and diamonds. So clubs means it has a weird aesthetic, and diamonds means it's unsettling. So it's gonna get weird and unsettling, like looking weird and unsettling in some way. So the kernel is already weird and unsettling, but it's gonna get more weirder and unsettlinger. Yes, it's going through many changes. The poor kernel. So yeah, tell me how it gets even weirder or more unsettling. The kernel, which is a jellyfish wearing an adamantium KFC bucket over its head. I'll remind you. Any ideas? Turn it upside down. That's good. That's a good one. It turns upside down. That's absolutely what happens. Okay, okay. Okay, let's do how do I turn it upside down? How do I even Oh no, I'm taking the no. How do I even do that on Roll20? I don't know. Can I? Whoop! Yeah, apparently. Thank you. Yeah, I just got it. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot how to use Roll20. Okay, okay. So it turns upside down. The reason it's unsettling, by the way, is because now it looks like food. It looks like it's supposed to be eaten, which in this planet is kind of true, but we don't. We like the kernel. We like the kernel. We don't want to eat the kernel, and now it looks like food, and it makes it very weird. It also has a weird aesthetic now because the KFC can be read properly. It's like an actual bucket full of jellyfish arms. Right. Okay. Anything else? Morphing time. So we now need to decide either to remove all harm, it doesn't have any harm, or to destroy the habitat. I'm not going to destroy the habitat. Scent lines on top. Yeah, let's do scent lines. Sure. Good. Let's do scent lines. Let's do scent lines in like this. No. Stop changing the color back. It looks like more arms, but it's actually scent lines. It delicious smell. So now the arms and scent lines are kind of interchangeable. So yeah, let's move on. I think that's basically it. Unless you want to convince me to destroy the habitat of the kernel, but I'm not going to do that and kill, like, the creature is destroyed when you do that. So no, we're not going to do that. I'm just going to decide, and it's just not going to happen. So next step is we do our part. Oh no, maintenance. Oh shit, maintenance again. And now maintenance is going to be a problem. So now we need to turn over a cell. And now this cell is a cell that's like on the edge. And now all cells are part of exhibits, part of enclosures. So we need to help me decide which cell gets turned over. The other side of D2. The other side of D2 is I think just a border on that side, I think. Let me find it for sure. Yeah, that's where it is. Just a border on the left side. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to remember because it's not physical cards. You can't just turn them over and look at the other side, which is what you would do if you actually played this on a table. All right. So Let me tell you what's gonna happen. The cat appearing on my desk is actually the perfect symbol of what's going to happen. I think I'm gonna end this game now. I'm not gonna finish it tonight. Yes, I'm gonna bring the cat back in a second because probably he's here because he wants some attention. So he might say hello to the audience. But I think this is gonna be the end of today's game. We've been playing for almost 3 hours. This game is not gonna take as long to finish. When you play it. And again, I want to remind you that you can still pledge. The cat is going to come back. I'll bring the cat back. There's still time to pledge, and I'm going to write down right here where you can do that. I will try to copy the link again that Iran put in chat a second ago. While I do that, I'll tell you about more things happening here. For those of you who are here for the first time, you can watch other content with related role-playing games here every Monday night on 8:30 Israel time, 7:30 Central European time. There's going to be a game called Questers of Yelpalor, an ongoing comedy improvised role-play show, which means that a lot of it is improvised by a cast of improvisers. I run the game. I'm the game master. And the people playing it make up new details and make the game very chaotic and funny. And that's part of the point of the game. It's a fantasy game about people going out on quests. And Sitzel Behave likes it, which I like very much. And on Tuesdays, we have a short campaign that just started. 8:30 Israel, 7:30 Central European time. Episodes are an hour and a half. Episode 1 just went out on YouTube today. You can watch episode 2 live on Tuesday night if you are gonna watch episode 1 before to know what happened at the beginning of the quest. This is going to be a short one, just 4 episodes. So it's a good way to look for like new content that you can watch live, and it's not going to be too long, so you can watch it and it's going to be over in a few weeks. You're welcome. Timio. Again, hoping I pronounced the name properly. I'm gonna also tell you that on Saturday nights from now on, this is the first time from now on, every Saturday night I'm gonna play a game with the audience. Soon enough, it's going to become an actual role-playing game. I'm going to look for cool games that you can play like one person. Sometimes you're going to do a one-off of something. But I'm going to start, maybe not next week. I'm not sure exactly when. It's going to be an actual adventure, a choose-your-own-adventure story that you play, I run, and you're going to be the character. You're going to play the character together, you the audience. So if you tune in on Saturday nights, you're going to be able to play that as well. Cool. What Questers tomorrow? It's on Monday. You remember it's on Monday, Sister Leah, right? You're our first fan. You're our most devoted fan. If it's really your first Twitch experience, it's really nice to hear. It's really cool to be that. I really like how much. Yeah, it is Saturday. It's been a long weekend, I think, for many of us. But yeah, it is just Saturday night now. So 2 days from now, Monday is going to be Questers. Tuesday night is Adequate Company. It's the Dungeons & Dragons short campaign that you could watch. And it's just going to be 4 weeks. And Saturday nights, I'm going to be here. You're going to be here. And we're going to roleplay together. Good night, everyone who survived and who was part of the game up till now. I really was happy to see you here, all of you. Everyone who was here and left before, everyone who joined in the middle, everyone who went out on breaks and then came back. And sorry about the unshuffled deck. I guess there are a lot of red cards here, not a lot of black ones. Maybe it's not a full... Maybe I'm not playing with a full deck, as they say. So, yeah. All right. Just got it. Here's the Kickstarter link for Menagerie of the Void. You can just Google Menagerie of the Void as well if you're seeing this on YouTube or anything. All right. Yeah. I think that's it for tonight, everyone. Thank you very much. Play hard. Stay safe. Keep having fun. Wear a mask. and I'll see you here on Monday and next Saturday. Bye, everyone.